This is Dr. Gerald Zandstra. I'm one of the co-founders of Inno-Versity, and I'm also its Chief Strategy Officer. I never imagined we'd be talking strategy like we are now. We have been part of the learning and training and development community for a long time. And so we're trying to help with these videos as best we can. I want to talk to you a little bit about those of you who are facing immediate needs right now. So things are changing rapidly. The things that we're communicating, even that information is changing rapidly. There are not only safety procedures, there are new standard operating procedures. Some companies are finding the need to onboard a number of people very, very quickly. And many of the procedures that we've used in the past no longer apply. The rules have changed for our community. And so I just want to make a few recommendations. Perhaps some of you will have additional recommendations. I think we ought to think about working as a community, working collaboratively now, not in competition with one another, but in a way that supports learning and training and development people around the world. Immediate needs. Some of the quick ways to communicate are things like podcasts, short videos, honestly, like this one. We need to reassure the people that we're training and that we're developing, the people that are learning. Micro-learning is obviously an enormous thing right now. Short bits, the idea of just-in-time learning, that I might not need to learn 100% of something right now, but I need to learn this vital 35%. And so I would encourage you to think of ways to make use of micro-learning, and we'll help you think through that. If you need to, animations can be turned around remarkably quickly. It's going to be tricky for some of you right now, given the speed that you need and the transition in content to create a whole 15 or 20 minute long e-learning module. But animations can be quick. They can communicate verbally, they can communicate visually, and they can communicate quickly in multiple languages. If you need a rapid response to something, that's a great way to go. Same thing with infographics. Infographics are, as many of you know, is a wonderful way. They're a wonderful way to communicate a lot of information in a very concise, compact format. And so I encourage you to make use of these things. Now, normally, in normal circumstances, and it's not normal circumstances, but in normal circumstances, we would attempt, all of us in the learning and training and development community, all of us would attempt to make things very polished, right? I mean, when we usually create e-learning, or many of you do the exact same process, you go through the sort of the alpha stage, and then the beta stage, and then the final stage. We call that the gold stage. And we make sure that there are no mistakes, there are no misstatements, and the time for that will come again. But right now, if you have an immediate need, it's all about quick communication, and it doesn't need to be that polished. It doesn't need to be to that gold standard. As a matter of fact, for some people, for me, I like to see somebody communicating right now in real time. I like to be assured in real time. I'm not looking for polish, I'm not looking for perfect, just that kind of connection that I need right now. I would encourage you to, and this is a bit nebulous, but I would encourage you to communicate with authenticity. There are a lot of scared people. Various parts of nations around the world have closed down or gone into lockdown. People need to be reassured that the people who are leading companies, the people who are leading in learning and training and development, have a plan, and that they're working very, very hard to do what needs to be done. Communicate that authentically. And most of us can find it in our hearts to be authentic people right now. I'm not asking you to fake authenticity. I'm saying to you, speak from your heart and speak from your passions. There are all sorts of interesting ways that we've heard from some leaders in learning, the L&D community, people holding town halls, some people even bringing in outside experts, motivational speakers that the whole company has an opportunity to gather together, and they put everybody in sort of a town hall meeting. And some of those people, some of you know some of them that can think out into the future and can anticipate things, expertise, words of encouragement, the ability to see around corners a little bit. There are a number of people like that available. Do town halls like that, do virtual meetings as much as you possibly can. Take advantage of the opportunities that we've been given. It's hard to think of these things as opportunities, but we are all passionate about learning, and we are all passionate to see people develop and grow and reach their full potential outside of a crisis. Now that we're in a crisis, it might matter even more to us. And so I encourage you to find ways, and let us help you find ways to do the most with what we have right now to meet those immediate needs.